This is North Texas Weather Center with your latest 3.5 minute forecast, and temperatures out there this morning. You can see many of us are starting out mild, all of us in the 50s or the low to mid 60s in the Metroplex. By lunchtime today, many of us will be into the mid to upper 70s across the area, and eventually by this afternoon, you can see a lot of us in the Metroplex will be in the low 80s. So it'll be definitely a warm day out there. It is humid as well. If you haven't already seen the dew points this morning, they're in the upper 50s and low 60s. Those will increase throughout the day. You can see by this afternoon, all of us will be in the mid to upper 60s for dew points and probably closer to 70 a few spots as well. So it'll be very humid, prompting that potential for some severe storms later today. You can see there's an enhanced risk now of severe weather for northwestern North Texas. That goes as far south as areas near Abilene, and it also goes as far east as areas near Paris. So it's a pretty large area that we're looking at for that potential for damaging winds, large to very large hail, and also a few tornadoes, which a tornado or two may be strong. That's why it's a very big concern today. Here's your tornado outlook for today. You can see that hatched area. That's going to represent your best chance, about a 10% chance within a 25-mile radius of seeing an EF2 or greater tornado in that range. So that's an area to watch very closely today. Obviously, you can see there's still a good risk here in DFW, that 5% probability, and then a little 2% probability, including Dallas. But the best chance, again, going to be close to the Red River Valley, Wichita Falls, Bowie, Gainesville. Those areas should all be on alert for a tornado threat today, and as well as areas near Jacksboro and even maybe Decatur. Those areas could have a chance for maybe one or two tornadoes somewhere in that region there. So it's a very important day that you stay updated with us on North Texas Weather Center for the latest. Large hail threat for today. You can see the very large hail potential does exist, again, primarily in northwestern North Texas. Again, Wichita Falls, Bowie, Jacksboro, Graham. Best chance for large hail, potentially as high as tennis ball sized hail. So it's going to be a pretty, hefty risk again today. And as well as that hatched area, again, representing that potential for 2-inch in diameter hail or greater. And again, that's a 10% probability within a 25-mile radius. Here's a look at your future radar for today, and this is the kind of look over the morning. So you can see we'll stay dry this morning. By this afternoon, a few showers and storms may start to develop as early as 3 to 4 o'clock. By 5 to 6 o'clock, some showers and storms developing. Now, these ones that develop here are going to be going into the northeasterly direction. They're going to start to get some spin, and you almost can see it on the radar, the future radar here. That storm right there is starting to get a bit of spin. Once these storms get that spin, that's going to bring that potential again for a tornado threat. So that's what we're going to be concerned about today. If any of these are discrete enough, they'll have a lot of spin. By about 7, 8 o'clock, you can see, again, you can kind of see the spin on this one as well, like a little hook there. That's, again, what we're looking for this afternoon and evening for that tornado potential. You can see some more cells back out to our west. These ones will likely pose the greatest threat for a tornado and as well as a greatest threat for large hail. But again, that threat still will exist for areas that are just west of I-35. By about 9, 10 o'clock, you can see those move off to the north. And eventually, we'll see a line of storms enter through the Metroplex. So we'll get to more on that in just a second. Quick look at the setup, by the way, for today. There's going to be an extremely high amount of shear in the lower levels. The low-level jet's going to be very strong this afternoon and evening. You can see those values really well depicted there between about 35 to 55 knots, depending on where you are. All right, day look at, going to Thursday, you can see here's your severe weather potential. A slight risk actually does exist for areas in DFW. So again, Denton County, Dallas County, those areas included in a slight risk. The main threat going to be damaging winds Thursday morning. Then back up to the east. There's also an enhanced risk of severe weather. That's going to include northeastern North Texas. Let's take a look at your future radar for Thursday. You can see going through this morning hours by about 7 in the morning, some showers and storms starting to move toward the Metroplex, closer to Abilene. You're going to have those storms right around 6, 7 o'clock. By 8, 9 o'clock, you can see that line of storms moving through the Metroplex. Again, the main threat being damaging winds. Isolated large hail or an isolated brief or weak tornado cannot be ruled out. By lunchtime, these showers and storms should move all out to our east, and then after that, we should dry out. Take a look at the temperatures tomorrow morning. You can see many of us will be in the upper 60s and low 70s. Eventually, by the afternoon hours, we'll be warming up nicely into the 80s. So it'll be definitely a nice day out there. Your latest North Texas Weather Center 7-day forecast. And again, over the next several days, chances for showers and storms both today and tomorrow. We'll have that chance again for 90s returning by Mother's Day weekend, and eventually having more storm chances returning as early as next Monday. This forecast is brought to you by Platinum Contracting, all dents repair in the Dashner Law Firm.